Happy holidays, everyone. Can't believe I'm recording this on Monday. Christmas is in a few days. It just feels like time is just going really fast. But I want to do a video. I haven't done a video in a while, but wanted to do kind of like just showcasing my Elvis Christmas albums. I did one last year, so I might have added a few. I think we think that Elvis came out with a lot of Christmas albums. He only came out with two, but they keep on they reissue them throughout the years. So just want to show you my collection. The first thing was the CD. I do have the CD. I found this about 2 years ago at Barnes and Noble. My Barnes and Noble still has quite a few like CDs and records. I know a lot of Barnes and Nobles are slowly phasing that out, but luckily mine still has a few. So usually around Christmas or leading up to Christmas they'll have a section of Christmas albums. So I picked this one up, which I thought was cool because it combines Elvis's two Christmas albums, the ones over there. So it's a pretty cool CD. I play this one a lot during the Christmas season, and there's a glare so you probably can't see it. But it pretty much has the entire of his Christmas albums, combining into one CD. So this is pretty cool to have. I'm pretty sure you probably can still find this at Barnes and Noble or buy it on online or something. But this is really cool. So now let's get to the records. I have this one. This is an EP, I believe, of the Christmas album. And then you go here. That's the back. And now let's go to his first Christmas album. So again, a lot of these I have some doubles. We have this one. And again, there's going to be a glare because they're in these plastic covers and stuff. And this is what the record looks like. So it's Elvis Sings Christmas Songs, Elvis Christmas Album. This wasn't the original. Again, this is not the original cover. This was definitely what they call a repress or a reissue of it. And then I also have this one. Kind of looks like the same, but there's a little bit there is some difference in it. And this is with the record. So you can see I'm not too sure which one is the more valuable one. Maybe neither one is, but see, I found this one in when you go to a record store, they always have the bins of dollar records. Every time I see an Elvis record in there, I do buy it, even though I might have it already. But I buy it anyway because just to have it, I guess. It's always nice to have some extras, I guess. But yeah, I do buy it when I see them in the dollar bins or whatever in a record store. Here's another copy again, this is the original. This was his first Christmas album that came out, I believe, in 1956 or 57 or something like that. So this is the Pickwick album. So this is the budget albums, you would say, that came out. So this was copyright is 1970. So I guess this came out in 1970. And then another version of it. So I have the white version. And this is from Camden. Camden was another budget record label where basically there were cheaper records that you would find. I think it would if I read it was it's something like you would find them in drugstores or something like that. So they were and the copyright on here. There's no copyright on here, so I'm assuming it probably came out around the same time, probably around 1970. So these are the two kind of albums right there, basically identical. Just one's Camden and one's Pickwick, and just a different color in the background. I think that's the Speedway jacket or the Spin Out jacket. And then we go to his newer, his second Christmas album, Elvis Sings the Wonderful World of Christmas. And I just have two copies of this because when I bought it the first time, the record was all scratched. So I found it again, so I just wanted to get it. So this is the other copy. And they're both I guess the orange or yellow label. I really like both of his Christmas albums. You know, I really do. But I find myself listening more to this album a lot, especially this year. You know, I just love the "O Come All Ye Faithful," his version of that, and the First Noel is really good. I really enjoy this album. And then here are some newer ones that came out. Well, reissues. This is the Walmart exclusive one. So this is basically what the original album looked like. So they kind of like replicated that, but it's not a gatefold like the original. I haven't opened this one yet, but this is supposed to be like a green vinyl. I found this about 2 years ago, and it's funny. Like Walmart usually has them CDs down in a case, and to find a worker to open the case is like impossible now. But I found this in the summer, and you know, who's thinking about Christmas in the summer? But I saw the album, and it was one of the WalMarts that there was a worker. So I said, "Can you open the case?" And I bought it. So it was like in the summer. So I said, you know, I'll have it for at least I'll have it for the Christmas season because it will be impossible to find. And once you find something, buy it because there's a good chance you're never going to find it again. So definitely wanted to get that. Again, it's still sealed. You know, eventually I'll probably open it. Like I don't think it's worth anything really. I sometimes see it still at Walmart, depending on what Walmart you go to. And then I have this one that I found at Target a couple years ago. This one, Elvis Presley, the classic Christmas albums. And once again, it's kind of a combination of the two albums. You know, I don't know if it's all the songs, but I think it's some of the highlights, I guess. And what's cool about this record, again, I found this at Target. I've been to Target recently, and I've not seen this album at all. I'll show you what the record looks like. So you have this nice cover, and it's white. So pretty cool. Pretty cool record. I think it's the only white record that I have in my collection. But yeah, so like I mean, I guess it really depends on the Target you go to. I just couldn't find it again. You know, I was like looking for it, always looking. And Target usually they don't really have like much records. Most of their records are like Taylor Swift records, so they're not like, you know. This was like probably like the only Elvis one that they carried. But yeah, that's my collection right now with the Christmas albums. I would love to get a version of this one, the original version of this. I just, you know, every time I go to a record store, they don't seem to have that one. But that's the goal, to get the gatefold one. I'm pretty sure that that's rare. That's going to probably be hard to find. But hopefully, like next year, you know, I could find, you know, find the original, you know, pressing of this, or you know, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, these are my Elvis Christmas albums. Thank you for watching.